Terrible. Okay. Hi. Okay, let me put the chat on. What the heck? My life? Hello. Okay, good. Alright, guys. Let's go. Okay, so what is happening today? Such a great day, huh? I just want to make sure that I have everything set up here. I know there's a lot of people going on live, and I'm sure there's a couple people gonna come in. Just a minute here, but I'm trying to. Let me see. Here we go. Hello, Carter. What's up? What's up? How are we feeling today? Are we feeling good? Nice and green today? Crazy day today. What a day. All right, so let me get everybody hyped up for a minute. Okay, so let me play something real quick. So I have this on. I have a playlist, you guys. I have a playlist. Go.
You pay for internet shouldn't. Switch to Verizon.
All right, how's everybody? I hope everybody enjoyed that bang of a show. I love that song, by the way. It was like the best, graphic as well. I love the cat. All right, so just doing some research on the old hedge fund that spoke on Gamestop. Okay, in 2021, UK pension. Okay, US dollar strengthening is throwing the global, yeah. I'm sure you're aware of the dollar milkshake theory, and I think that's what's happening right now on the global scale. Yeah, dollar's going stronger. That's for sure. All right, so that's great, Carter. I hope you do a show on that one. You haven't been live for a while, so what's happening? We're waiting on that amazing research. So keep them coming. I'm just babbling over here, just price actions and call options and all that stuff. So, but don't mind me. All right. So today was the same exact. I feel like the movement that we had yesterday. Look at this, like the uncanning, and I was like, they're doing it again, the same exact thing, right? And again, I'm not saying that it's happening all the time, but I think that every time there is a certain, volume surging, they tend to draw it back early in the morning, and you could see it happen twice already today. Twice already. Just the same exact thing. Like if you were to draw this, let me see. Okay, so you have this too. The same fractal, whatever. Look at that. I was like, oh, okay, I know what you're doing. So what did I do? I bought some more call, you guys. I know. Gambler. For sure. So currently, last time when I talked to you guys about it, I have 4 calls on the 50s strike price. So this morning I sold real quick because when I see this spike, I was like, I bet they're gonna try to bring it down, right? So I sold my 50 the calls. Which one did I? Here, let me try to do this real quick. Again, I'm not advocating you guys to do this. Obviously, this is very risky. It could be been wrong so many times. But it just seems too good yesterday and today as well. I was like, I cannot pass this up. Like when you see a lot of volume surging like this, and mind you, when I say a lot of volume, it's like 12 million shares. That's nothing. You haven't seen anything yet, when you say stuff like that. Let's see. Hold on. So I sold one of this call right here that I still have for a little bit of profit. No, not this one. This one right here, the 17. For a little bit of profit, I sold early in the morning, so it was around, I did a limit sell, 170 when I sold it. And then another one at 120, 150. So a little bit of profit there. But then I bought more call after the price drop. And I was like, this people, man, like I feel like, again, at this point in time, do you fool anyone just by dropping the price? Just the same exact thing, like early in the morning. Who are you trying to scare, people? Like, again, crazy, right? There's a terminology, dumb stormtrooper. Oh man. But again, this could be also, retail been shorting this and then they get scared. They're like, oh shit, and then they cover as well. So That could be retail, who knows, or institution. But apparently there is a dark pool orders has been going crazy. Somebody make a comment to suggesting to look into the dark pool order. And the Chicago exchange has been traded on the lit market. And usually when this is happening, it's either institution or long forces, people who are trying to buy this on the lit market. And, I think Ryan Cohen was the one that kind of does that, right? Again, I have no evidence until they file the Form 4, insider buying and all of that stuff. But it's pretty encouraging to see, and these are straight up shares, you guys. They're not calls or anything like that. Tens of thousands of shares here at 32, 33, at various strike price here. Now, again, whether the insider are buying on the lit market or not, this is remain to be seen. It's all speculation here. But it's rare to see a Chicago exchange. And the significant about Chicago exchange is that, Rowan Kitty is probably the one that mainly are doing that. But again, I'm just speculating. I don't know what's going on with my dog. Hold on one second. All right. Oh, cool. Oh my God, Carter, I did not know. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh man, that's so cool. But yeah, what's the name? A boy or girl? Have we have you thought of a name yet? I have a suggestion, but it's okay. You could talk to me later. But anyway, yes, congratulations for that. I was just like ignoring the comment up till now. Sorry about that. Okay, so the dark pool, yes, so there's a lot of bidding, like 22 million shares. $22 million worth of bidding, around $32. Oh my God, $32. $32, man. Carter, girl, it's a girl. Woohoo! Congratulations. I did not know that. But do we have a name yet? I'm a bit nosy, sorry. Okay, they're pumping, meme coins like crazy, I'm sure, Solana and all that stuff. But crypto was kind of crashing a little bit today. I'm kind of thinking that crypto is gonna continue to go down quite a bit, but of course I'm still have some position left. I'm trying to scale back into crypto, you guys, so just full transparency here. I've been eyeing XRP and all that stuff, so just it's an opportunity for me anyway, because I've been kind of following these projects for quite some time. Chainlink just announced partnership with XRP, so that's going to be again future, right? Short-term price action is just going to be crazy at the moment. These type of drops again, this is why I'm not sweating them sometimes. Like when people are thinking, oh, GME dropped on 5% today, this is terrible, I'm like, really? 5% is terrible? So I always joke like I got the right training, from crypto, so to speak. But again, they could use crypto, perhaps, again, this is just a speculation here, is that they could use crypto to, kind of hedge against GME. Think about it. They have GME coins on the chain. Obviously, they're going to use those money from GME coins or whatever meme coins that are on Solana blockchain in order to pay for the real shareholder here in GME stock. So in my opinion, again, the value of GME short is so large that nobody's really understand how large it is going to be. And I watch Marantz, and he's correct in saying, like, the whole market plus crypto market are used against GME, as a stock, as the company, and the stock price movement. I'm not talking about the company itself, but although the company also been attacked for for quite a bit, quite a bit of time. I'm sure if you're in GME, you would know how crazy, how psychologically you've been beaten down because people are not in alignment with the company itself. And it seems like no matter what GME, the company leaderships are doing, they are, like, there are documentaries out there that saying that, we are a cult because we are just investing in the company, right? But in the grand scheme of things, that's what we do. That's what we're doing. We're just like invest in the company and bet on the success of the company itself. But again, the whole element of it, it's so layered that you have to kind of come at it at so many different angles. And again, this is why I love GME. You guys, you have no idea what to expect. And the fact that we are, we've been holding this for so long. Anyway, Selena, amazing, amazing name. Congratulations. I love that name, by the way. I know somebody named Selena in my life, so a very beautiful name. So amazing. Hey, because I can. What's up? How are we doing today? I'm hoping everybody is going green. Nobody's red today. But as I was saying, you guys, this is so expected, though, to happen. It's been so long for the company to at least have some sort of clout a little bit here, right? Of course, I know they're gonna say something that is left-handed, meaning that, this is not the success of the company. It's just the, those cultish people who are, invest in this company and nothing more. So don't get involved. You're going to lose everything you got. Now, okay, let me preface this, okay? If you buy calls and expect it to go to the moon, you might not. You might not get that, right? And if you buy call, make sure you have the money to exercise those call if you want to share. Don't just assume, or most people are not going to realize this, is that you need the money to exercise it if you want the shares. Just because you buy call doesn't mean that you own those shares. You have the right to buy that shares at that price, okay? So if you diamond hand your calls, eventually it's going to go, worthless, okay? Again, depends, right? If it go in the money, yes, you have the right to buy at that strike price. But to get those shares, you need the money to do that, outside money. Typically, when people are buying calls, they are just, bet on the temporarily price action. That is happening short term. That's it. Perhaps they are long, they call it long short position. They have a net short position on the stock and they want to hedge their portfolio. Okay. And again, typically the role of option is to hedge your portfolio. For example, if you are long on this thing, meaning you have shares, how many shares you have, typically they would buy put, in order to, kind of capture that value and then turn that puts into shares eventually because you are actually long this thing. So I'm hoping, I'm explaining that well. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, so I just want to say that just in case anybody's new coming to this, expecting to make $1 billion, right? Like Rowan Kitty, you're not gonna do it. So, and then secondly, if you want to build this position into GME as a long-term shareholder, this is the only way that you will win in the end. Because again, for people who've been people like me who've been accumulating shares for a long time, we have been accumulating like crazy already, especially around this price point, because we knew the value of this company. We don't do this because of Rowan Kitty, okay? So just get that myth out of the equation. Now, Rowan Kitty is, of course, a added value to this stock, right? He's right now a whale that we are, at least as retail, we've never had a whale that support retail investor in this manner, in my opinion, right? Again, I don't know Rowan Kitty personally, but from the video that I've seen of him, pretty good guy, pretty relatable guy. So, and he never advocate people to diamond hands or anything. Well, at least I haven't seen that. He always cautious people, hey, this is not financial advice and all that stuff. The schmeal, and I'm not trying to give you any financial advice either. Just what I'm doing right now with the GME position. And now, not to say you couldn't play the up and downs price action here. It's fun to see, right? I just told you I have some more calls right now. I'm not gonna hold these calls for a long time, you guys. So if tomorrow it spike, I'm gonna get out. I don't care how many what is percentage it is. So typically, if it's like 20% up from my original position, I would sell it real quick. So I'm not greedy in terms of like holding calls to its expiration or anything like that. I never do, by the way. Like if I have any short-term call option, I typically don't hold it for longer than a couple of days. Even if it's at the loss, I would just close it at a loss. Again, just to capture some value here. Anyway, so let's see. What else should I talk about today? So let's look at the price action. Obviously, I think this SOS thing is still in play. Remember the Wyckoff theory that we have. Again, there's so many bullish pattern here, you guys, that we see, but the accumulation schematic here is that they've been accumulating here and they're ready to send this off, higher. How high, we don't know. But if you use the cup and handle, you would see that same kind of a bullish. There we go. Cup and handle. Right? And then how would you measure that? Just real quick. Goodness. Here we go. The depth of the cup to that. So that's a measured move. I'm sure if institutions are indeed, kind of trading in and out of this, I'm sure they would use this to. When I said institution, it's probably like prop traders and people are, watching this like a hawk. They might take advantage of that spike, and they will take profit around $41 or so. I don't know if it's going to happen within this couple of days. It's possible that tomorrow it might spike a little bit and get people more excited. But the price point right here, of course, we're looking at that as well right there. And then this one. Why that? Well, just look to the left and then you'll see there's a little bit of a gap up here too. So, yeah, a little bit of a gap, not much, but if there's a lot more volume coming in, I'm pretty sure it's gonna fill that gap within a couple of days here. It's gonna be very quick. I don't think it's gonna take too long to reach this price level here. I'm sure every trader in the world right now is eyeing that, so that's the only danger, right? They could fake us out too. Is that, oh, it's gonna go, get more people excited, and then drop like a rock again. Today's SPY was pretty crazy, so I think it's one of those flight to safety perhaps is ensuing as we speak, because I can. Okay, that's a terrible covenant. Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate your feedback, sir. Where should I draw it? How could I draw a beautiful cup and handle? Should I use an what is it, cup and handle? Should I use one of these? Let's see if they have a beautiful one that I could. What the F right here? Oh, see, this is an automated one. Look how ugly this is. Come on, Richard. I've never seen you here, but welcome in the channel. I'm not a TA person, so yes, please educate me on how should I draw a beautiful cup and handle here. But yeah, I appreciate your feedback, by the way. Good on you. So let's see. What should I throw me off, Sir Richard? Let me see. Okay, let me turn this cup and handle real quick. Now, what I just saw earlier, but before I go to that, because that's the meat and potato of this live stream, I usually just save one nuggets of info to dangle in front of you guys, so just in case you haven't noticed. But before I show you what I saw, let's look at some option chain here to see if there's any volume in that. Let's see. Currently not too shabby there. It's 30,000 calls that's in the money at the moment. That could change tomorrow, but again, this week is a short week because the January 9th is going to be the market's not going to be open. Tomorrow I think it's going to be open, right? In observation. Okay. So tomorrow is going to be regular trading day. It could change too, right? But the January 9th is the pause. That's pretty crazy, right? Because the meme in Roaring Kitty's meme, one of them, with the U cover, he posed January 9th, and there's a pause on that video. So it's pretty uncanny. Like, did he knew ahead of time that the market's going to be closed on January 9th? So again, hey, tinfoil or whatever, but it's crazy. Look at those call option appreciating in price like crazy. Now, just be prepared too. There might be a lot of people who are taking profit on this tomorrow, and the price gonna come crashing too. I'm not saying it's gonna crash like crazy, but it might not continue to go up to the right. But we've been up to the right for quite some time, so I don't think there's any difference in between. Like, I think next week is going to be crazy, right? Because look at this chain right here. Remember, this is the largest chain that we got. And look at the max pain. It's still well below $10 less, you guys. That's nothing to scoff at. That means, again, if these calls are sold naked, now it's speculation, right? Speculation, please. Speculation alert. I'm not saying I have any information, anything at all, just speculation. If these calls are sold naked, then the shares would have to be bought in the lit market or on the market or in the market somehow, right? In order to deliver, assuming that all of these people who own calls option have the money to exercise their calls. Okay. Now, if they're not exercising, they could sell it, just like how I sold mine today, right here. They could just sell it, and then you would see a short, sharp turn down of price action for that particular moment in time, right? Depends on how many people are selling. Again, people come in and out of calls all the time, you guys. So just understand that dynamic, and you might not, be bogged down by the price drop, Again, as a long-term investor, I have to kind of prepare myself for this type of price of movement too, in order to understand how my stock is being traded. That's why I have my strategy. So have your own and make sure to stick with it as well. Okay. Did anyone talk about GameStop before the squeeze? They create bear reports and share it in their group. Okay, so basically they're every investment fund versus, okay. Yeah, I saw Moran's was talking about that too. That's crazy. I mean, I've had that feeling too. Every time I watch Moran's and, you see all these people coming out of nowhere and, seemingly to attack him for what? Nothing at all. To me, it's a telltale signs that people are being paid to do that. And sometimes, I fell into that too. It's like the trap in which people are, put in order to mislead people into AMC, right? The same exact mantra, like, oh, AMC is the same as GME. I bought into AMC, way before I knew about the ape. But when I researched it later, that's what kept me in longer than I should. But thankfully, I exit at a profit and not losing, but in terms like even making money. But had I realized it later, I would have lost everything, right? So again, information matter. Perfect information make perfect trades. So make sure you got the right folks, that you're listening to. I'm not saying to listen to me or anything like that. You could determine your own, portfolio or whatever you want to buy. Just make sure that when you buy it, it's based on the truth. The information is so important, you guys. If somebody's giving you for free and not charging you, Moran's is the guy for that. He's been consistent throughout 4 years, that he's been talking about GameStop. I just came to know him through YouTube, just like everyone else. He does a lot of AMC, every other stock too. But early on in his YouTube career, he was talking about AMC, and thankfully he did talk about AMC and the fact that people shouldn't be buying that. But anyway, so that's just a snippet of it. But people will get paid to mislead people. Okay, so understand that. Okay, and then you won't be scared of this market whatsoever. Again, why would you scared about this stock? Stock market is pretty simple, right? You have to buy it with the intention of, like, you have to have a goal. Like, okay, if you want to start a position in GME right now, what is your goal? 10%, 15% in 2 days? Okay, if that's what you want, there you go. That's it. right? Just invest in the right time, right? If you time this dip, well, you could get into it. There you go. TA, whoever, Richard Snook or whatever, he's a perfect TA person. He might be able to let you know how to draw a cup and handle beautifully. That could happen too. There's a bits and pieces of things for everybody to get into. But have some strategy. Like I said, if you have a long-term strategy, the best thing that you could do is just do it consistently. Buy it and keep it as an asset, right? If you love the company, obviously, look into the fundamental, right? That's number one. Number two, leadership. Number three, sentiment, maybe, the industry in which you might be able to familiar yourself with, retail, whatever, tech, whatever you could familiar yourself with. And then study those, right? Companies, every stock that you buy has a company behind it. So study the company first. Then you could determine, okay, is this a fair value? Okay. So in my opinion, this is pretty fair. In fact, I have a $50 strike price, sorry. A $50, anything under 50, I think it's fair price because it's 5 times book's value, right? So currently, you're getting it at 3 times book value. That's pretty good, That means you have what? 30% equity of GME future earnings. So, Jimmy, okay. All right, Carter. I feel like I'm in on being a third wheel here, you guys. Okay, I'll just let it go. Okay. Apollo Hedge Fund owned Yahoo. Of course, we all know this. One of the things that one of my earlier videos, I do covers a Yahoo Finance executive editor. I'm sure you've heard of this guy before. His name is Brian Susie, that wrote a hard-hitting letter to Ryan Cohen to come to his show to what? Talk about GameStop, highly urging him, what is he doing? And then, he was telling the world how Ryan Cohen is a failure. He's fundamentally failed at turning this company around. Where is he now? 6 months later, this guy is not a zip about how GME is not successful as a turnaround company already. And so again, this is a very common things that you see all those articles that is being written, and you have to understand who is behind those articles as well. So take articles with a grain of salt. So so again, perfect information makes perfect trades, and I think Rowan Kitty has perfect information here. Again, he's not sharing openly because he couldn't. He knows something, he just want to share it through memes and all that stuff so people could decipher it or whatever. You could say that the guy is fake scammers or whatever, which I heard people making videos about him, calling him that. But it's for you to decide. Go watch his live stream to see if he is actually scamming anyone. All he's doing is just telling people how valuable this company is, and he just so happened to invest in it. He's not the only one. Ryan Cohen is in it. Larry Chain is in it. Scion Capital, Michael Burry was in it. So, there are people who saw the value of GameStop back then, but nobody talked about it in that sense. And so when everything blew up, he was he was called to Congress. For what? He was just a regular average investor who knows a lot. Yes, he is highly educated. Just listen to his speech, his live stream. Very, very funny guy too. So of course he has a funny personality. But think about it, you guys. Come on. If you don't see through somebody who's genuinely trying to help people with free information, then this is why people get so wrapped up in all of those tinfoil and, the dates and all that stuff. And again, I'm so glad that I got the right information going into this company. And again, when I got in, I got in here, way up here. But again, dollar cost averaging ever since. And now I have a large position that, if I sell right now, yes, it's going to be a large sum, but I'm here for the life-changing money, right? And so, yeah, just, I'm gonna ramble on. But my point is just be careful, you guys. Who are you listening to? Okay, so even me, don't listen to me, about this company. Go research on your own, and you might find something here that you're missing here. There's some value here. I'm not gonna tell you why. If you if you want to find out, go watch. Go. Balance sheet is the best way for you to get, the right info here. This is where I stay. I don't care about Reddit. I don't care about, these type of things are fun to look into. X. Again, this is day to day. If you want to trade this thing in and out. Right. So see, people are YOLO updating and, look, hundreds of calls option here. So let's see. Yeah. Again, this is gambling, right? But he's doing it responsibly. At least it's not short dated one. He gave himself a lot more time for this call to appreciate in value. And again, when you have all of these contracts, yes, you have to exercise to get to the shares, okay? So he needs $3,000 per contract to own this share at this price. So he have the right to do that right now because it's in the money, okay? Yeah, so do the calculation. How much money would he need to obtain 140 contract worth of shares? A lot. A lot of money. Now, most people didn't have the money to exercise back then. That's why I wasn't, I guess, skyrocketed once again after they removed the buy button. But again, people, look at this, how funny it is. People are summoning the cat, meaning Roy and Kitty, right? Okay, watched a ton of video of Roy and Kitty and added all of the investment firm he tracked. Oh, okay, see, when he first started to talking about Burry investment, we'll check. Yeah, oh my God, there's a lot in there. It's so much information to take in. Again, if these people, the news, financial news, are good intention, they would have, go through his live stream and they would have known the original story, and they would not have painted, Roy and Kitty in that light, or anyone who invests in this company in that light at all, unless they are working for somebody who are going against this company, or at least company's price from spiking because they've been shorting it like crazy, right? Doing the shenanigans and tactic or whatever tactic that they're using. There's so many tools out there. If you want to kind of monitor it, and again, I'm not crazy. This might sound like crazy person, but just look at the 1 minute 1 minute trading live, you'll see something crazy that you've never seen before in the stock market. And anyone with integrity who's been in the stock market for a long time, they will tell you that. Again, I haven't been in the stock market that long, but way back before all of this happening, when I look at the 1 minute candle, it's kind of like, ebbs and flow of the market, and it was kind of makes sense. Like, okay, Ford goes up 2% today, seems right. But again, I didn't pay attention to it that much anyway, in terms of like 1 minute candle. I'm just obsessed with this company, you guys. So be careful. Take my words with a grain of salt, okay? I have investment in this company. Therefore, I will pick and choose good news, okay? Timor, you're not the third wheel. Okay, Brian. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's my show, Carter. So behave yourself. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Look at the earnings report. For what? For who? What earning report? Be specific, Chan. What earning report? There's an earning report? Just kidding. Okay, so of course, again, this could be the reason why it goes up. Who knows, right? People are paying attention to it more. Okay, something very spicy. Of course, like people are keeping an eye on that. This happened, this little spiky thingy. If you check Robinhood right now, you're going to see that. So again, like, see this tool that they have to, I don't know, maybe every end of the day, they settle those shares that they've been kind of like, ping-ponging, and kind of keep that going with the algorithm or whatever. Okay, there's a lot of explanation, but anyway, I'm not going to go through all of it. Okay, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of this live stream. I'm sure this is why you click on this live stream. Here we go. So apparently, if you were to have AI doing this, again, I don't know how accurate this is. So GME AI powered stock analysts. Okay, so because again, nobody who honest about the way that you analyze any company, right? Upcoming company that is trying to do right by this economy, right, are not getting a fair shake at coverage, okay? For whatever reason, I'm not going to speculate on that because I don't know, right? I have a hunch, but I'll leave it to you to decide why do you not see any analysts at all? Why is it there's only one analyst? One? Really? The whole world you have only one? That give it a $10? Okay, all right. How long has it been $10? It's been a long time, you guys. Come on, You know this if you've been investing in this company for a long time. But let me go back. So again, if you have an AI to do this, if the whole world seems to be enthralled with what AI could give you, so you must trust this with your life, okay? I'm hoping that you guys know that I'm kidding, okay? Please do not make any trade based on this. Okay. So according to AI, it's giving it 9 to 10. Pretty good by score. Because according to an overall analysis, it has a probability advance of 5% of beating the market S&P 500 in the next 6 months. Wow, 5%, you guys, beating S&P 500. So when people are telling you to buy S&P 500 and forget about it, I say bullcrap. No, S&P 500 is very expensive right now. So it's not a good advantageous thing to do that. This advantage is calculated as the difference between the average probability of all US listed stocks, okay, 35%, and the probability of GME at 40% of outperforming the stock market in the next 3 months. You see that? So, yeah, we're 40%, the probability of 40% that we're going to outperform, the S&P 500 in the next 6 months. So, yeah, that's a pretty good analysis, huh? But again, this is AI, who's going to trust AI, right? Just BS anyway. Okay, on average probability, all, okay. And then GameStop is just going to be a lot. Okay, so I mean, what's surprising to me is that it's only going to be 5%, you guys. I think we're going to do much, much better than that. But I'm just being over optimistic at the moment. Okay, so fundamentally, okay, it's been improving return on assets. It's only 1%, less than 1%. I mean, that's a great thing. Nah, just kidding. Of course, we need to fix this ASAP, but I think, with the transitioning and we are going into Pokemon and all that stuff, I've heard good things about it where, people are going crazy, where they're buying in droves. Pokemons are flying off the shelf, and then they have their, news release every single quarters, right? I don't know. Again, I'm not a collector, so please forgive me. Maybe I should do more research on that, like whether it's a good thing. I'm sure it is, because I've seen a lot of unpacked video where people are like opening a freaking $1,000 a pack or something like that. Crazy, right? Again, collectors are crazy. When they're seeing something that they like, they would just buy it for whatever reason. Of course, they're chasing a particular rare card, right, that they are going to be able to collect for their collections or whatever. And so you could sell those complete collection later on when it's, becoming more expensive by the day. Andy, you think Kenny Boy and Andrew left? Not gonna comment on that. You could speculate all you want. Okay, 3 months or 6 months? It says 3 months, so that's what it says. Where did you come from? Me? No, what? I am coming from heaven, sir. No, just kidding. What? I have no idea. No. Singapore. Okay, Singapore. Okay, no comment. Looked. Okay, okay, technical. We have whatever this is, 80 days, 90 days, whatever this is. Sir Richard could help me with this because he's a good technical person. Sentiment, let me see. Price target upside. Oh, what? Why is it so poor? Sentiment down 60%? What kind of bullcrap is this? It's like, okay, so price target upside minus price target. Okay. Why is it minus? Shouldn't it be like Plus, yeah, it's AI, you guys. You have to trust this. Cash flow, financial activity. Okay. Unless I am terrible at reading this. But forgive me, you guys. I mean, the score is 9 out of 10. I mean, typically that's an A, right? That's a pretty good measurement of success. So in 3 months, yeah, you're gonna beat it. You can beat it. Oh my goodness, on Andy. Okay, calm down. Okay. I know. We're excited about the price, but let's ask something more productive, huh? That's all I'm asking. I can't find any Pokemon pack today. Oh, you went to GameStop, huh? Okay. See? Like people are buying those in droves like crazy, huh? Maybe again, this is why the institution are kind of in on this too, where they probably do some field research, right? Noticing that hey, there's actually a business model here that could work, that could turn GME around. And yeah, a lot of people who are, individual investor who, like Peter Lynch type of investor who are, serious about fundamentally sound company that used to struggle, that used to struggle a couple years ago. Now they are ready to at least park some money in those type of company, right? Again, been talking about it as a successful turnaround company, and that's what the news media should cover, rather than this meme thing. Again, this meme stock thing, it's just a cover, you guys. So don't put GME in that. I'm not saying it because I'm, some like don't touch my GME type of person. It just means that hey, just tell the truth about this company. Whether it's good or bad, just let them know. Let people know. If you think it's a shitty company, why? Don't just call it a meme stock. Give me an honest analysis, right? So that's all I'm asking. There's nothing much there. Yes, I mean, look, consumer discretionary, right? What are we going through right now? A recession. In a recession, you have less and less people buying goods and services, like video games and all that stuff, softwares and all that stuff. It needs to be readdressed. So now we have PSA and Pokemon. So that's a good pivot right there. But people don't want to, at least give leadership a little bit of credit here that, they are able to thought this up. I know NFT, they always bring that up as if that it's a failure and all that stuff. When it failed, they want you to know about that. But when it is successful, have any outlet video or any financial media say anything about the PSA in a good light? Of course. They were like all, if anything, they were spinning it as if it's a PSA idea. It's far from the truth, you guys. So again, find your own truth, and then you understand it about this company. That's all I'm asking. For new people to come in, to look into yourself. Be more. Have you looked into? Nah. Who is this? Simon. Wait, what am I doing? Sorry, you guys. No, I have not looked into that. Simon Smith Barney IPO. Oh, okay. No, it'd be interesting if you give me some information, some link or something like that, so I could kind of read up on what about it though, because I can. That would be informative. Hi KCR, thank you, appreciate you. GME is going e-commerce and closing all B store underperforming. That's it. Okay. I respect that. That's it. I mean, there's PSA partnership. That doesn't mean anything. Could this be a control squeeze? Yes. No, I don't know. I'm just saying this as a matter of fact. I've always have a theory, right? Of course, this is just my theory. They have to control it, because otherwise everything's just gonna come crashing down. So it's gonna be a multi-year. Some years it's gonna do wonders. Some years gonna come, again, to try to shake people as much as they can out of the stock at whatever price level, right? Some people would want to get out of it at $100, right? Or $200. So they might just spike it up that high and see how many people would bite, and then come crashing down. And then, next year is going to be the same thing. Or every 4 years, it's just going to be, a ladder in that sense. And just use the Bitcoin cycle to send the price higher, right? Depends. Again, one good news that comes out of this company merger or inside buyer or Warren Kitty update, could send this company, could send the price a lot higher. There's a potential for that, whatever control squeeze. So I'm ready for anything, you guys. Honestly, I'm here for the long run, for the long haul. So anything in between, it's just me speculating. So I'm sorry. I don't know anything more than anyone in this chat here. So just, again, get your right information, okay? That's all I ask. Don't believe any tinfoil and, people giving you like all the squeeze idea. Oh, this is going to squeeze. Oh, this stock's going to go tomorrow. Get in now. You're not going to be able to get in later on. It's like, a lot of those stocks, if it has no catalyst, no fundamental catalyst, it's not going to squeeze. Okay. AMC, for some reason, people are still covering it. So I have to cover it as well, because I was falling into the same trap. So I understand the psychology, and I'm sure there's a lot more company that they're trying to push to you. And case in point, it's the unity thing, right? Because again, Warren Kitty tweet, they just like, oh, maybe you cover. It's like, all sorts of things. But look at the balance sheets. How is it going to squeeze? Look at this, operational income. These are the type of company that they are trying to pin, okay, associate with GameStop for a reason. Okay, so get it through your head, please, people. Why am I so angry? I'm sorry. But anyway, it's just my frustration here. But look at this. Look at this balance sheets. How is this a company that Warren Kitty would want you to buy? Again, he's the deep effing value. What value do you see here? Who's going to turn this company around? Who's the leadership? Burning cash a little bit. Oh, it increases a little bit here. But let's look at the income statement real quick. Is there any hope of, increasing? Let me see. Okay, so why are they so operationally down? Look at the cost of revenue. Cost of revenue coming down, but the revenue itself just doesn't cover everything. And this is a software business too, you guys. Look at this. Like, they have a gross margin, pretty good, much better than GameStop, twice as much, but they're just losing money. So is it because of that? Maybe. Their cost of revenue is what's killing them, but let me see. Okay, so at least they have some asset here. Sorry, you guys, I just take a look at this real quick, before I continue here. Okay, so net cash. They do have positive shareholder equity, at least, but look at the book value right here in the negative. So how does that work, you guys? Debt. Yes, total debt. Okay, so they have long-term lease. They have massive amount of debt over here. Yeah, they're not making money, you guys. So goodwill, look at the goodwill. When you have a lot of goodwill, it's gonna come and bite them. I'm sure they're gonna have a goodwill impairment soon if the stock keep trading at a lower price. So it makes sense that they are trying to pump it along with Rowan Kitty's cloud here. But keep in mind again, Rowan Kitty never. But again, hey, I don't know anything. He might come out and post a YOLO update on this particular company. So I will wait until that happens. But I doubt that he would just, buy stuff like this. But again, my point is that, companies that lose money like this, they would love to associate GME with it. Just to confuse people, okay? That's their playbook at the moment. And look at this. Revenue is like 2 billion, but the market cap is like way, way above that. Forward PE ratio is like positive. Okay, well, it's remain to be seen. And look at the analysts. They are telling you to buy. Okay, it's a strong buy at that. All right, good luck. Hey, I'm not saying you won't make money on this, but when they tell you this is the next GME, I bet you anything they're going to try to do that. So be careful. Okay, let me go back to chat real quick. Okay. Everything is managed, even the whole stock market. Manage event. End of story. Yep. Say the nice. Spell the hell. Okay, alright. Andy. Dude, crazy. Okay, so I don't know. This Smith Bernie. It's a GameStop original. Okay. When GameStop first become okay. No, I've never heard of that. It'd be interesting if you do a, I know you have a PowerPoint presentation. Was that you for Marantz? That would be cool, to know the origin of GameStop, where it comes from. I thought it was an electronic boutique or something like that. Yeah. Might be wrong though. I might be wrong. Why am I oh my god, you guys, I'm sorry. Keep hitting the microphone. Terrible. Let me see. Where did you come from again? Me? From heaven. I'm very kind of scared of doxing myself. So I'll just hold on to that question. But thank you for asking. Appreciate you. Again, like I'm not just again after I heard what happened to Marantz, if you watch Marantz, you would understand. Okay, so just leave it at that. Gaming is pretty recession proof. People use games as escapism when times are harder. Okay, I do agree with that, KCR, because I do that myself. Like I hardly go anywhere. Usually I do play games. And when you play games at home, you don't go out and drink and all that stuff and, socializing. Every time I socialize, every meal is like $20 right now. I'm like, how is this possible? Plus tax and everything. I'm paying freaking $30 just the other day. 2 people. But I mean, $30 and hardly drink anything. But yeah, I did some, what is it called? Those sampling thing. Crazy. But anyway, every time I go out, it costs money. So I'm like, yeah, let's just stay home and play games. That's it. Okay. Haven't seen you here, but welcome. Let me see. Give me your favorite call option. Sorry. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I usually don't advocate or give any, people strike price or anything like that. Yes, I do calls for myself, but again, it's based on my own kind of prediction here because I usually see the price action going like similarly throughout the day. Usually they drop the price down, and then the next day it would just be the same, right? So this is what I see this morning. So this is the only time I was playing option per se. So, but yeah, I mean, if that's crazy, like you have a lot to gamble on this position. So that's, I mean, congratulations if it hits, obviously. Yeah, currently I have a few more calls. I used to have 4, sold some this morning, and then when I see this dip, I bought a lot more, like twice as much. But again, I'm just swing trading the calls here. I'm mainly a long-term shareholder investor. I've been accumulating a lot longer than most and consistently. So I've been happy with my position so far. But just know, for anyone who new to this, playing option is not for everyone. So be careful. I'm YOLOing everything. So be careful, please. Like I hope you know what you're doing. I make 90,000 on call. Oh, wow. Okay, so hey, congratulations. That's amazing. But okay, for people who are new to this, please, know that this is risky. Okay. Again, if you make money, great. That means you know what you're doing. So, do you own any share at all? Or just call option, if you don't mind me asking. Hey, Jesus, what's up? Thank you for joining. Okay. So Jimmy come out of a software development wing from Barnes and Noble. I did hear about that. Yes. I did hear that Barnes and Noble bought them and then spin it off as their own company or something like that. Yes. If it spike in the morning, I will cash around noon. Okay, cool. If it's low in the morning, it stay moderate. Okay. If it crash in the morning, it races around noon. Okay, cool. So it seems like you well versed on the price action every morning here. Cool. How do I say these words? Regio bought out Neostar and oh my god, I do not know how to read, you guys. Babbage. This is bad. What is this? Okay, bring into the Barnes and Noble. I'm sure this is the name of people's Neosar. Okay. Well, very informative because I can. I appreciate you. If I could read much better, it would be a much better way of disseminating the information here. But yeah, I did know that Barnes and Noble bought them somehow and spin it off. yes, I bought around $19. Oh, great, good price position starting. So that's good. At least, I feel like most of my audience comes in, they are already well versed in GME already. No one is new to this, but again, I'm cautions people who saw my news my stream for the first time. They might have a wrong idea about certain things. I wish people would become more honest about what their position, and also how they portray this company. So that's where I'm coming from. So like, I wish I had people who could guide me back then, before I got into AMC. Although if I hadn't got into AMC, I wouldn't make the the money that I was able to make. So on that AMC run, I 3x my money. I would have 5-6x actually if I sold at the top, but thank goodness I was able to do 3 times the money. I didn't do calls back then. I didn't understand it as much. Was just like newly learning about it at that time. So thank goodness I didn't learn anything about that, because I would have, kind of gotten confused and lose a lot of money on that. But subsequently, you inevitably would run into that time period. But I hope, people who lose money on GME's call or any other play, AMC in particular, would learn their lesson and come up with a better strategy next time. So, which is my thought here. If it breaks 35, it will go to 50 same day. Oh wow, very matter of facts. How do you get to that? Do you do TA and all that stuff, or do you know some information that I like wink inside information or something? Yeah, again, with the technical and all that stuff, people would love to give you a price target and stuff. But hey, I wouldn't be mad if it goes up to $50. Not mad at all. So you're saying $50 right there. Boom. Okay. So tomorrow then, if it breaks 35, it will go. Wow. Oh, Fibonacci? Am I being taught like that? Oh, look at me. I have no idea how to do this. Sorry. I'm not a TA person, you guys. But yeah, I believe you if that's happening. But thank you for the info. Will I bet on it? No. I would much rather have shares. I know I wouldn't make as much money if it's not call option. But yeah, be careful, when you have like this type of prediction, this type of TA, people tend to, get so bullish. And my thought is that, play, yes, have your play money and do whatever, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to be very responsible, although, I could gamble everything I got into call option, and expecting that move. The dangerous part is that we don't know. If they could control this market this long, don't you think they have some sort of tool to, somehow make your call less expensive in 1 second? Again, IV crush is real, you guys. So unless you buy it at the right time, you might not be able to sell it at the right time either. So again, market's gonna be closed on the 9th, January 9th. So again, remember, Robinhood removed the buy button, or every single brokerage removed the buy button. So technically, they could do it again. Technically. So if you have call that day or that week or whatever, expecting to sell, and then if they turn off the buy button, things gonna go crazy. So your $10,000 gonna turn into zero in minutes. But if you have shares, your share is going to be more valuable later on in the future. That's the only thing that's the only way you could win in this game. So you have to think about it in the long term. That's why I'm in here for 10 years, okay? I know people are going to be like, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm going to do that, okay? I have my long-term bag. Yes, I do have a trading bag as well. That's why I'm not sweating. So have your own strategy moving forward, please. But thank you so much for that informative option, Fibonacci price target. Okay, Richard, give him right. Yes, Richard. Or trust me, bro. Gonna go to 500. All right, 500. Hey, I wouldn't be mad if it happens tomorrow. I wouldn't be mad. Okay, if GME squeeze and the bankers institution collapse, nobody will be able to cash out of GME. People have zero idea about this revolution. Everyone will be screwed. I wouldn't think that. Again, so with that though, I really think that there's only a handful of institutions that are actually shorting GME. I mean, if you look at Fintel, again, hey, could be a speculation, but how did I know? If you look at this one and institutional ownership, there was right here, net long, net call. Okay, go to Fintel again. I don't know why this. Oh my gosh, did I? Hold on, you guys. Why are they not telling me this anymore? Maybe it's shorted. Sorry, you guys. There is maybe institutional fund shorting GameStop. They used to tell you how many short, how many go long. Unless I am blind. Let's take a look at this one here. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to find it for you here. Right there. So institutional ownership, right? You have a total of 550 right here. 521 of them are long only. Do you hear that? And only 8 institutions are short only. So that's what you're fighting, you guys. That's all. So it's not like this massive, institutions and nothing like that. But these 8 institutions, are powerful enough to convince you that if GME were to squeeze to 500, 1,000, just like Morenz was saying today, the same exact thing, you guys, is that it's possible. It's possible because look at this. Only 8 hedge fund that needs to pay up, okay, or whoever. That 8 hedge fund or institution that are shorting GameStop have to come up with their, have to sell their asset or whatever, swap or whatever, right? That they are using to bet against GameStop. I suspect that I think it's Nvidia that is used to bet against GameStop. But again, it's just me speculating, right? But based on this facts alone, that's why I'm only thinking that, hey, there's only a handful of institutions here that are betting too heavily into GameStop and spreading that risk everywhere. Okay, how big that risk, I don't know. It depends on how many institutions are willing to take that risk on and thinking that, okay, eventually, people in these companies gonna sell. Eventually, if the price is high enough, they're gonna sell. So it's up to you to decide. How high, it depends on you. how long you're willing to hold and how much price you're willing to hold it for. Everybody has their own price point here, so don't be mistaken that if it's not $1 billion, nobody's gonna sell. Of course people are gonna sell. I mean, people who've been accumulating this company for a long time, they will sell at some point. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm not trying to scare anyone here. Just have your own game plan moving forward. That's it. So that if you want the diamond hand, your call option, just know that the risk is there. If you want to bet up and down, that's the risk. That's also the risk that you're willing to take. And if you're knowledgeable enough to time it just right, you might just become a billionaire, just like Roaring Kitty. But none of us could do that. I feel like he is the exceptional person here. But as far as the company goes, all you have to know is right here. Nothing much, you guys. Balance sheets. That's it. That will keep you sane. That will keep you, low expectation, for the price point at least. Because again, people could become accustomed to like the spike and then they think that's going to happen all over the place. But yeah, thank you for the input there. As far as like, everything is crashing and nobody's going to be able to cash out. If GME goes to this price point, that's big BS. Okay. There's enough money slushing around, this market here. Again, depends on how many billions is used to collateralize against GameStop short position. That's it. You're fancy with Fibonacci. I know. I mean, natural pro, right, Carter? I don't know. See, like this is where I'm so like, how do you draw a Fibonacci? From here or to here? Crazy, huh? But there you go. I feel like that's a good Fibonacci there. How about what is this thing? The retracement thing, right? Am I doing this right? This one? This one? Oh my god. That's bad. Yeah. Don't listen to me, you guys. Like, my TA is terrible. So, yes, Sir Richard, you're right. I need to learn TA. Okay. Do you talk about other people about your investment in GameStop? I don't talk about it because they do not take the time to research and do not understand it. I don't want people to buy because I buy. Right, yeah. KCR, of course. So I try my best. I try my best to spread the words because I think that the company is undervalued at the time. There's a few people who I've talked to closely, and they are buying into it, which I'm proud of. But at times, yes, when the price come crashing down and they bought at a price level, it's a bit stressful, right? To try to explain to them, it's like, hey, the price is just doing this for a particular reason. Earnings comes out, good earnings, for example, right here, was a stressful time because I got somebody into no, actually not here, up here actually, when Ron Kitty come back, and somebody bought in around here, and every time the price comes up, very stressful because this person bought over here, and I was like, hey, it's gonna do this, right? And then it just keep coming down. It's like, oh, I don't think this is gonna, it's not gonna be for long, right? But again, this time period is very stressful when you have somebody who don't understand, got into it. And this person actually sold some of the share over here. And I was like, don't sell it. It's like, oh, no, stop loss, right? And thankfully, they didn't sell the whole position. And right now, they kind of have quite a bit. So I'm pretty proud of that. But my point is that, it does require a lot of energy to try to explain to people what this company is trying to achieve, and to keep people in as long as they can in order to reap the benefit, right? So again, that's why I'm very careful here to say anything hyped up in the sense of price action, what's going to do tomorrow and the next week, because I know that people are going to FOMO in, right? People are going to want to buy up here when it's up here, because they see this spike and then they think that it's going to happen all the time, right? And then if they don't know anything about option, they just heard about it, and then they're like, oh, I just buy call option, and then it's like, what am I gonna do with this one? Now it's $2,000. What do I do, right? See what I mean? And so it's worth giving them a guidance, but I do talk about it, yes, in my personal life, and I try to get as many people to understand this company from the fundamental standpoint as much as I can. So, but yeah, whether they buy it or not, that's on them. Yeah, a few of my worker actually bought into it. A couple share here. Yeah, so I'm pretty proud of them. But due to other circumstances, they had to sell. So I'm kind of bummed with that because they're unable to capture this amazing run, right? That I think within this couple years, it's going to do a lot better in terms of, revenue coming in. If the market crash within this 3 months as predicted, I don't know. Again, don't quote me on this. I'm just predicting random things here, okay? That $4 billion is going to do a lot for the company. Now, people think about the stock buyback and all that stuff, but I don't think, Ryan Cohen's going to do that. If anything, he's just going to buy companies that are going to strengthen the network of GME even more. Make a killer, gaming store that every gamer is gonna love going to, or collectors. There's so many things. But yeah. With that said, I hold GME. Okay, good. I appreciate that. Congratulations. I'm starting to think people don't remember. Yeah. UBS. Okay, got help by UBS as well with GME first IPO. Okay. Is there some private equity angle here that we're... Yeah, I don't know who that person is. Smith Barney. I'm trying to remember right now, but my brain's not working. It's been a long time, you guys. I might end this channel in a minute. Okay, GME long term, 10 years is a great idea. Hold it until after the bank collapse and then cash out long term. Okay. Bang, doom and gloom. um, the problem is with the institutions that are shorting GME that aren't in the book. The shorts are okay, that are hidden. It's going to be a huge problem. Banking system collapse. They've been collapsing a couple years already, right? But there are people gonna get bailed out. I'm sure some too big to fail banks is not gonna fail. Yeah, but again, remain to be seen. I don't know. Again, you guys, I don't have access to all of those information, so I try not to speculate too much. That's why every time I speculate, I have a speculation alert, coming. Speculation here. So, yeah, hopefully, all of us could cash out before that happens. It's why blockchain is so popular and why big corporations are afraid of it, because blockchain will show real-time data and transaction where nothing can be hidden. I mean, there's a private ledger too, right? You understand that one too. Ripple has a private ledger. Again, you guys, I don't think you understand the, well, I don't understand either, so I'm not claiming that I know anything you guys don't know here. But just my speculation here. I think the banking system has been trying to revive themselves for a long time to get into the digital frontier. When Bitcoin was invented, they knew immediately they have to invent something in tandem with that, because they know that Bitcoin is actually decentralized. Anyone could be a miner. And yes, that is a threat to them, but they could help in ushering, everything into the digital landscape. Okay, this is just my opinion, right? And so they've been studying it since Bitcoin become, a kind of mainstream. Back in 2017 or so, they've already been kind of well versed in studying it, while telling everyone that it's a magical money, nothing to see here, for a long time. And so when they know that they cannot beat the network, they have to think of something else to. Again, just my speculation here. I'm not knowing anything that you guys don't know. The point is that Ripple was made in order to facilitate that transition into the digital store of value of some sort, right? So Bitcoin and then XRP, and this is why I think XRP has that value, is that it's a way to transfer money or value across the internet much faster, cheaper, right? And yes, there are that mechanism in which you could see those transactions in real time. But if you don't know how to, read those, it just be hash rates, right? Just numbers and letters, strings of numbers and letters here. So unless you know who owned those particular blocks or particular transaction, you wouldn't necessarily know who sent those to where, right? Yes, you know that the transition or the transaction happens, but you don't know who sends that, right? And so, unless that particular person know a certain person, and then, they could identify, oh, you own this wallet? Okay. Then, who are you send this wallet to? And they could track you that way too. So again, that's why Ripple is so valuable, I think, for them, the banking system, to transfer that value to blockchain. And that's going to capture some of their, they're going to capture some of value from that transitioning from, fiat in the fiat world into the fiat world in the blockchain. That's why RLUSD is so, big right now because many people don't realize this. Ripple has a lot of banks that are already partnered up with them, and they are just ready to turn off the switch right now, or turn on the switch when it's ready, right? And it seems like right now everybody is just talking about XRP, even Fox News. It's becoming more mainstream right now, so which makes me think that they are ready to again sell it to the masses, right? That this is the best thing since sliced bread. So that transition, you're gonna see the mass adoption phase of it, and yeah, the crypto bull run is real, you guys. Like I've had benefit from it last cycle, so of course this time I'm gonna try to benefit from it as well. Can you stop it? Of course you cannot stop this. It's gonna happen. So why not take some, position in it, and hopefully that, what's scary to me is that they could track everything now. They could technically, know everything about what you're spending on. So that could be encroaching on everyone's privacy here. And I'm hoping there's a lot of good people out there who will be able to influence how the money would be used. That people are going to have the freedom to spend. And let's say you are against the government, and somehow you're not going to get your bank account blocked or anything like that. So that's what I'm worried the most about when it becomes more mainstream, and 10 years from now we're all used blockchain to transact on the XRP ledger. So, and again, it's not just going to be one coin wins all. I mean, this ecosystem is made for something. I really am convinced that anything other than Bitcoin is just used to capture as much as value from Bitcoin as possible. I truly believe that. Because some of these chains, like even Ethereum, not many people know this. It used to be forked out of Ethereum Classic, right? And Ethereum Classic used to be hackable or whatever. Somebody hacked it, and they forked Ethereum that you know as Ethereum right now. This is the forked of it, and they changed the code so that the fund was still there. So if you could edit a chain like that, that means anything that come after that, they could also program it to do something else, right? So it's technically not decentralized as much as Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin, anyone could be a miner, So there's no like proof of stake and all that stuff. Again, it's just highly in depth here. I know I'm just going on with nothing. But yeah, I've been tracking XRP, XLM, and all that stuff. I think it has some value there. Any other coins? Of course, Solana has been kind of skyrocket, but I've heard some bad things about it. But again, hey, I'm not well versed on this because I haven't studied Solana as much as I had with other older OG crypto here. Anyway, I hope I don't bore anyone to death here. Your channel rocks. Oh, thank you. Thank you for going live. First time viewer. Just thought I chimed in, but nobody can predict the future. Of course, thank you. Not even me. Just be safe. Yes, thank you. Just keep the money printer going. Of course, they're gonna do that. Jesus, you know that. I mean, how can they fix the debt crisis right now? The whole global catastrophe comes from government printing money, thinking that they could pay it back. when I said printing, it just means that they issue more bonds and more bonds and more bonds, right? Right now, we're famously are paying interest, just interest alone, over $1 trillion. How is that sustainable? Like, and this is why all these companies that have trillions of dollars, or trillions, billions of dollars in debt, they're not paying those debts. They're not putting it back into the economy. And this is why the rich keep getting richer, right? Nobody's willing to do anything. It seems like if you're in the network, your stock's going to be promoted, with this analyst and all that stuff. They're not going to promote anything that is outside of their network, like GameStop, right? So, and again, when people are telling you that the cash pile at GameStop is not valuable, you need to rethink that, because it's the most valuable thing, you guys. What is happening right now? Just like Lorenz was saying, right? The bond yield is, the bond yield is higher. The Fed just cut the rate, but the bond yields is going higher. So what does that tell you? It tells you that people are expecting high inflations coming, because typically when people are racing for this type of yield, right? Because it's like, hey, I'm gonna ask for more, rate, because inflation is not 3%. Inflation is gonna be 5% or 6% in the near future, because whatever, commodity is gonna keep going higher in price. Gas in particular usually is the measurement of that, right? I'm sure crude oil, if you look at oil real quick. Is it future oil or X? Is it crude oil? Accidental petroleum. Again, this is just a derivative of oil here, but you could see that it's gonna go higher again, right? I think gold went up, right, a couple months ago. But the point is that people are expecting that the inflation is going to come back. And so because, oil price is going to keep going higher. Whether, the U.S. going to be able to mitigate that, that's totally different. I mean, because we have the what is it? The status currency of the world reserve currency. It's going higher. It's crazy, right? The strength of the dollar, it's gonna hurt some people. Okay. Now, with GameStop though, this is why the cash pile is so important, you guys, because of this dynamic here. All they have to do is just sit in cash or buy security, right? Or buy marketable security and earn on the interest. If the interest is 4%, technically they could just lock the 10-year, right? Lock the 10-year, and what happened? Let's do some math here. So $4 billion, okay? 4 billion times 4%. So, okay, not even 4. 4.68, okay? How much is that? I mean, for 10 years, you guys, this is insanity. Think about it. GME doesn't have to do anything. Leadership doesn't have to do anything. All they have to do is just hold cash for a couple of years. I'm sure they're not going to do all 10 years here. They probably could just do the short-term interest bond or short-term right here and get 4%. That's immensely valuable. And for people to say, oh, cash doesn't mean anything, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because it means everything. You could buy everything at this price right here, not even the whole $4 billion. So imagine if they could just park there for, say 10 years, right? And then just every year you use this much right here. You just use this much to grow, your business or whatever, hiring people, hire the best talent, right? Not wasting money. What do you think they're gonna make within a couple years? And that's why, again, long term, you could never lose in this company. Now, I have to preface this by saying, just be careful. But man, you have no idea how much this money can do for people, So, but what's happening? Okay, sorry. There we go. I'm back. But anyway, so okay, I'm rambling on right now. Okay, you guys, I am kind of okay. It has $4 billion. Monero. Okay, people are well versed on cryptocurrency, I feel. Not catching up with my chat here, you guys. Bitcoin rules, XRP, okay, are the future. Okay, cool. Okay, what about Monero? Monero's cool. I don't know. I used to have one, but they block it or something. I mean, it's a cool idea that, it's like for security purposes or something like that. But last I heard about it, it was hacked or something. So again, not an expert on that. Nobody knows the true number. The true number are as they use self-reported number. That's true. They had years of unwinding their risk, but we are over. Okay, pre-split, no news. That's true. That's crazy, right? Oh my God, like I just realized that, right? Because pre-split, people are not realizing how amazing the price is still elevated, at this price point. Even before the split, right? Let's see how many. 72% down from the high. Let's just say you bought up here, like the unluckiest person in the whole world. Bought up here. And you hold, you never add anymore. You're still down 70%. Wow. That's crazy, you guys. But, see, if you bought over here and hold for 4 years, look at this, right? No, not there. Let's go down here, you guys, down here. Let's say you've been accumulating and you buy down here. What is that? 28%? Dang. No, I'm just playing, you guys. I'm actually gonna go. I know I missed a whole bunch of chat here. Seems very informative, you guys. I appreciate all of the interaction. And I apologize that I don't go through all of this, but I promise I will read all of this before I hit the hay. Okay. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock right now, so usually that's my bedtime. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I'll do a video on this if I feel like there's some useful information here. And just want to show my appreciation for you guys chiming in here. All right, so yep, just be careful tomorrow. Don't go crazy. Understand your own play, and that if people are trying to steer you to do something that seems fishy, so question that, okay? Please don't follow anyone. Do your own research here and understand why the stock moves the way that it is. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I will be back maybe tomorrow, hopefully. If not, I might do a quick video on these comments here. Okay, I'll see you.